Well, hey everybody, I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist. I'm creating a video every day for a year. This is video 202 of 365. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to talk about overcoming yourself so you can overcome anything in life. All we need to do is overcome ourselves. Isn't that amazing? What if we can master our emotions to be able to overcome ourselves and our old habits, our old way of thinking, old way of behaving, all those things, and step into the new self, the new life. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of overcoming yourself. So every day, I want you to take an inventory of your life and think about, what am I thinking about? What am I feeling? What am I believing? And what's not helping me? What in there is holding you back from being your true self, the self that you maybe want to become, but maybe you're too afraid to, or maybe you're just programmed to not believe that you can be that person. I think that's really what it is a lot of the time. Most people don't feel good enough. That's a big limiting belief that I've seen across the board. Even in trainings I've been in, I was in an EMDR training years ago, and even all the therapists in there that are, well trained and excuse me, and have tons of resources and all of the above, their main negative core belief about themselves was, I'm not good enough. And I think that's been mine as well. I think that's a lot of our issue, is that we just don't feel good enough. And what does good enough even mean? Good enough to who? Good enough to what? It's just ridiculous. So we got to start getting over ourselves. We got to stop thinking the thoughts we've been thinking. Every time you notice that you're thinking a thought that doesn't feel good, just notice it. Just observe it and say, hey, this is data. This is some good data here. This is some data that I don't want to continue. I just want to notice this and then immediately remind myself, what is it that I want to think? Every time you feel a feeling, say, is this something I want to feel? If it's not, then what do we need to change? The way we feel. So we got to remind ourselves, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to feel this way instead. And then start practicing feeling that way. What are the behaviors you're doing, the ways you're acting that you maybe don't want to act that way anymore or behave that way anymore? Ask yourself, do I like behaving this way? Do I like acting this way? If the answer is no, then we got to make a change, don't we? It's overcoming ourselves. And most of the time, we've got some underlying programming that's going on underneath there, bubbling beneath the surface, put there by someone else. Not even put there by you. Isn't that crazy to think about? Someone from the past or something from the past happened, and you made a meaning of it without knowing it. Your brain just kind of does it on its own. It makes a meaning of things. And it said, well, this is what this is, so this is what this must mean. And this is what this must mean about me. And this is how this makes me feel. And then we fire and wire these thoughts into our brain, and they turn into some emotions in our bodies, and we just feel a certain way, and we just kind of condition our bodies to feel that way from just thoughts, just little events that happen, and we made a meaning of them. That's all we did. And our brain and body believe those things because they've been practiced so many times. And so basically, like, an event happens and we have a memory about it. It could be a bad thing that happened. So we have a memory. We go back to that memory, post-traumatic stress. We go back to that. It doesn't always have to be a disorder, but it can just be a thing like post-traumatic stress. Well, it's stress after a trauma. So every time you think about something over and over and over, it's firing and wiring. And so we've got that becomes our personality. That becomes who we are. So we have to overcome our personality. We have to overcome who we've been. And if there's a want there, if you want to do that, if you want to feel better, that's what's on the other side of overcoming ourselves. It's not that we're a bad person. It's not that we're terrible. It's not that we need to fix ourselves because we're broken. It's nothing like that. It's simply, do I want to feel better? Do I want more for myself than I've made for myself so far? because you get to design your life any way you want to design it, any way you want. We've been taught that we are powerless, and we just kind of live like that. We live from, let's say an event happened 20 years ago and it created guilt, let's say, in you. And you don't even know it created guilt. You just say, this is who I am. When it's really guilt underneath that. Isn't that crazy to think about how something can happen and it creates this underlying feeling that we carry almost in a backpack on our back throughout life. And we just think that that's who we are. It's not who you are. You're not bad. There's nothing wrong with you. So many people feel like they're broken. No one's broken. It's just, who do I want to become? Who am I living as right now? Because we're living as maybe that guilty person. So that's your identity. And you may not even know that you're identifying with that feeling. Isn't that nuts to think about? That's why we've got to become self-aware and do an inventory on ourselves. There is nothing more valuable than this. It is like, I would say probably one of the best things we can do is get to know ourselves, master our thoughts, direct our thoughts where we want them to go. Every morning, come up with a clear intention for your day. This is going to be a great day. And then throughout your day, what's going to happen is it's going to be full of triggers, be full of noise all around you. There's noise, distractions, triggers. And you have to constantly remind yourself, nope, I'm firing and wiring different feelings, different thoughts, going to act in different ways, and remind yourself what you're not going to think. We have to do that. Like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm not supposed to be thinking this way anymore. I'm supposed to be thinking this way. We have to remind ourselves what not to think and remind ourselves what to think. And that starts with awareness first as to what am I even thinking and feeling? And then deciding I want to feel this way instead. And we just got to fire and wire. Maybe that's how we need to look at it. Just fire and wire. That's what we're going to do. We're going to reprogram. We're going to rewire. Rip out all the old wiring and install some new wiring. And then we just go from there. And it takes a constant reminding of who you want to be. And then you just rehearse it over and over. How would this feel if I felt this way? How would it feel if I didn't have this thought anymore? How would I feel if I didn't have this belief anymore about myself? What if every day you could say, I'm unstoppable because I'm deciding to be unstoppable. Nothing's going to stop me ever. The only thing that's going to stop you is you. Just want to let you know that. It's just you against you. Really remember that. It's only you stopping you. Nobody else is stopping you. And I had to learn to stop making excuses. I had to stop that. And that word excuses really triggers people. And the word complaining, if you tell somebody like, oh, you're complaining and you're making excuses. Oh my God, people get so mad at that. We all get mad at that because it feels like we're being attacked, possibly. I don't know. But if you're complaining or blaming or making excuses, you've got to look at that inside yourself. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to admit that you're doing that. Just admit it to you. It's no one's business but your own business. You are your business. You're everything. So you've got to get real and honest with yourself. Do I blame? Do I complain? We all do this. I don't care who you are. You do this at some point. And we make excuses. Oh my gosh, I could make an excuse for everything. I could find a way to justify just about anything. Watch the justifications too. Like, oh, I do this because of this and this limitation. And I want us to start practicing there are no limits. There are no limitations. Yes, this thing is happening over here. Okay, that's great. That's noise. We've got to start thinking different. Oh, okay. So I'm going to look over here at where am I broadcasting my signal? How strong is my signal? Think of your signal. Your body is a signal to the universe. Your body is a signal. It's a signal to the people around you. If you want love and peace and joy, become those things, broadcast those things out, and you will attract those things to you like a magnet because we are magnets. That's how powerful our energy is. And it's the opposite as well. If you're broadcasting hate, complaining, blaming, justification, and trying to, justify things, like I was trying to say, trying to make excuses, all these things, you're broadcasting that type of a signal, which is going to magnetize to you that type of stuff. So if you want to think about it like, I'm a magnet, what am I going to magnetize to me today? Think about those things, and think about your signal as like the bars on your phone, like the percentage. You look at your phone and how much battery does it have left on it? Okay, we're at 44%. Okay, we want to get that up to 100. So we've got to constantly remind ourselves of where we're at. Where are you at? What percentage are you at? Or what number, 0 to 10, are you? How strong is your signal? How strong is your frequency that you're sending out from your body? Because we're made up of atoms and we're just energy. We're just vibrating. And so that frequency is going to attract certain things to you, which means you can get everything you want just by changing your state of being, changing who you're being inside. The way you see you is how you're seeing everything around you. It's how you're interpreting your life. So you've got to start saying to yourself, I am unstoppable. I am limitless. Those types of things, when you say them, they're going to start actually meaning something someday. They will. And another thing you can say, if you want to attract, let's say, money into your life, just start saying the word. Sometimes when we say, I am this, sometimes our subconscious will look at that as a lie. We know this. The more you practice it, you're going to start believing it. But another technique is just say the words. Like if you want money, say money, wealth, prosperity. Just say those words throughout your day. Money, wealth, prosperity. Over and over. Money, wealth, prosperity. Your brain and body will start to feel those words, like create some emotion around those words. How would it feel to have those things? And you really just want to feel that way throughout the day, because we want those things anyway, because we want to feel the feeling. So feel the feeling now. You just have to rehearse it, practice it, pretend. Practice will make perfect for you, whatever perfect is for you. But the thing about practice is sometimes we can practice the same thing over and over and not get any new results because we're not changing it up a little bit. So get 1% better with each practice. Just 1% better each time. You're practicing these thoughts all day long anyway. The opposite. You might as well practice what you're wanting instead of what you're not wanting. And instead of practicing what you're noticing, practice what you're not noticing, which is basically trusting in the unseen. We've got to create knowings with no evidence, like I always say. The evidence doesn't matter right now. The outside circumstances never, ever matter. You're going to create your life from the way you're being from the inside. And I can't tell you, when I found this stuff out and I really started practicing it and really embodying it, I am not perfect at it yet. I can't wait to get as perfect as I can be at it. But, because I will tell you, I have PTSD. I have anxiety. I've been diagnosed with these things in the past. Do I suffer from the symptoms anymore? No. But do I have triggers that still haunt me? Yeah, of course. We're human. We're going to have those sometimes. But what do I do to squash those? I don't sit in them for hours and days and months at a time. I say, no, I got to remind myself who I am. I've already overcome that. That's just a distant memory that I just brought up. Something reminded me of it. Oh, well, that's okay. Okay, I felt angry. Oh, okay, I felt sad for a little bit. Okay, just feel the feelings. Let them pass. There's nothing wrong with feeling those things. Just observe them and then let them go. That's all we have to do. But it's practicing that over and over, practicing that state. You create a state through what you're thinking, and you can generate a feeling anytime you want to, just by imagining something different than what you're already imagining, because we're imagining all day long anyway. The imagination is going all day long. We just have to rehearse something different in our minds on purpose and with authority. Like, this is who I am now. I'm taking over. This is who I am now. And I know we're about to turn into a new year. So let's make like today, tomorrow, New Year's Day. Like, it's already New Year's Day. Let's go. Let's go. Why stop and put it off when you can start to feel better right now? So I want to give you this hope that you can feel better. If you're not feeling so good right now, if you're feeling lonely, I know this is a lonely time of year for a lot of people. I know what that feels like. Loneliness is not a fun feeling. It is a state of being. So remember that everything you're feeling is a state of being. So our state of being is what is going to create the circumstances in life. So if that is true, then it might be worth practicing a different state of being. And all you have to do is start imagining something different, and you teach your brain and body how that would feel to be in that future state. You just teach your brain and body how it would feel to be in that future state, because it's already learned how to be in your present state that you're in. So I want you to think about the possibilities for yourself if you could really break through that same you've been being for so long, and what is on the other side of that. So keep practicing. I'm here for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Any comments, please let me know below if this helped you. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you want to manifest for 2026. I got some big goals too. We should do a live and talk about our goals and what we're manifesting for 2026. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I'll do that. If I get any takers, just let me know if you're interested. So, want to remind you, you're so loved. You're so loved. Pass that on to somebody else who needs it. Just say you are loved to somebody, and they'll be like, wow, thanks. It makes people feel so good when you just say that to people. I love doing that. It's so fun and so fulfilling, soul-filling. So remember to appreciate yourself also, because what you appreciate appreciates. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for your likes and subscribes. And I'll be back tomorrow. Keep practicing, overcoming yourself. You can do this. You got this. I'll see you later. Bye.